At the start of the story, we see a car at night and a couple gets out of it. Inside the car, their daughter was also sitting, but she is very scared and is sitting very calmly. Here we find out that something is wrong with her, because children are never so calm. Now we see a couple named Bjorn and Louise who are enjoying themselves with their daughter, Agnes, near the bridge. Actually, this whole family has come to a city in Italy for summer vacation. This entire family is enjoying themselves near the bridge when a man named Patrick comes to Bjorn and asks him for a chair. Although this chair had Bjorn's stuff, he still gives it to Patrick, because Patrick asked for a chair in a very respectful way. Now, when everyone is having dinner together at night, a man named Patrick stands up and apologizes to everyone and says that the man who was knocking on everyone's door yesterday was none other than him, because he did not find any room to sleep last night, so he apologizes to everyone for this. But today he is having dinner among these beautiful people. He liked meeting all of them, and maybe this is his best trip so far. Now see this, Bjorn and Louise are also sitting next to Patrick. And why not? Patrick is really a gentleman. From the way he talks, it seems that he is a very good person. Anyway, after dinner, they all go to sleep. But tonight, Bjorn is not sleepy. When he goes near the balcony, he sees Patrick standing outside, who is looking at his room. Bjorn feels a little weird, but the next moment he disappears from there. The next morning, when Bjorn, Louise, and Agnes were roaming in the city, Agnes tells Louise that she has forgotten her Ninus somewhere. Ninus was Agnes's favorite toy, because of which Bjorn has to go to find Ninus. After a while, Bjorn finds Ninus. When he takes it to Louise and Agnes, he sees Patrick and his wife Karen there, who are talking to his wife Louise. And then while talking like this, there is a very good bonding between them. Agnes also tries to talk to Patrick's son Abel, but Abel is not saying anything. It seems from his face that he is very sick. But Patrick says that his son Abel is very shy. When he meets new people, he is very restless, so he doesn't like to talk to anyone. Now these two families meet for the first time in the office. So Patrick now invites Louise and Bjorn for dinner. These two families eat in a nearby restaurant, and here we know that Louise does not eat non-veg. She is a vegan, but still she sometimes tries fish. While eating, they also talk to each other a lot. It didn't seem like it was their first meeting. Then Louise asks Patrick where he is from, to which Patrick says that he lives in South Holland, which is a very quiet place. He doesn't like noise at all, so his house in Holland is also in a quiet area. At this point, Louise says that she also likes quiet places. She is tired of city life and noise. Now Patrick's wife invites them to her house, to which Louise cannot refuse and says that she will definitely think about it. But we see a very strange thing here. Actually, we see that Patrick's son Abel is eating noodles in a very strange way. Maybe his mother never taught him to eat. Anyway, after eating, Patrick tells them that he is a doctor by profession and he liked meeting them a lot. Patrick looks calm and his wife also gets along well with them. Because of this, there is a very good friendship between these two families. Now in the scene after this, we see that Bjorn, Louise, and Agnes have returned home from vacation days past, and then one day Bjorn sees that someone has sent him a letter which belonged to the same Patrick family whom he had met during the summer vacation. Bjorn shows that letter to Louise, in which there was an invitation letter with his family photo. In it, Patrick's family is inviting them to come to their house, because he liked meeting them last time. It's been a long time, so why not meet again? His son Abel also misses Agnes a lot. Now he likes this thing about Patrick's family. In a small meeting, they have become so close. Louise and Bjorn are very happy now, and they also start preparing to go to Holland. The next morning, this whole family leaves for Holland. The road was quite long. They were very excited. After traveling for about 7 hours, Bjorn and Louise reach Patrick's house. So we see that their house is in a jungle area far from the city. This is a very boring place, and the house is also very small. But Patrick and his wife Karen welcome them very well. Patrick cooks food for them and tells them that although their house is small, they also have a pool in their house. Karen shows them her whole house and also shows them their room, which is quite small. But the strange thing is that they have their bed, but there is no bed here for Agnes, for that they had put a bed on the floor in Abel's room. Now this seems a little strange to Louise and Bjorn, because they never put the guests down. Now at night, Patrick cooks for everyone. But even though he knows that Louise does not eat meat, he has also made meat for her. Even after Louise's refusal, he forces her to taste meat. Now Louise doesn't like this at all. Not only that, he also makes Bjorn throw garbage from his house. He is a guest, and he is being made to do this. Anyway, when Bjorn goes out to throw garbage, he sees Abel there, who doesn't say anything to him, but he shows Bjorn his face. Bjorn is now completely stunned to see Abel, because he sees that Abel has no tongue. Then Patrick calls Abel to sleep. Bjorn also comes in. At night, these two families talk a lot to each other, and here we notice a strange thing again, which is that Abel is crying loudly at night. But this is normal for Patrick and his wife. They say that this is a part of his disease. Abel has congenital alopecia, which means that Abel has not had his tongue since childhood. Now listen to this. Bjorn and Louise feel very bad for Abel. Friends, if you have come this far in the story, then stay ahead, because what is going to happen next will make you stand in the wrong place. The next morning, Patrick and his wife take them for a full tour, and they say that this place is very quiet. No one lives here far away. Agnes climbs a slider to slide, but Abel was already sitting on the slider. Even after telling him many times, Abel does not move from the slider. So now Louise also tells Abel to move from there. But Abel does not listen to Louise either. After which, Louise tells all this to Patrick, and now Patrick takes Abel off the slider in anger. He scolds him a lot and also tells him to apologize to Agnes. Now, seeing this behavior toward his own son, Louise does not like it at all. So Louise tells Bjorn that we should go from here. She finds it very strange here. But before Bjorn can reply to something, Patrick's wife comes here. She tells them that tonight they are going to a restaurant where the best food is available, so get ready quickly. Now after this, they all get ready and they were leaving the house. Then a caretaker comes here who will take care of Abel and Agnes when they are all out. Actually, only these four are going out. Abel and Agnes will stay at home. Now Louise gets angry at this because she was not told before that only four are going out. Louise does not want to leave Agnes at all at home, but now she has to do this. Patrick says not to worry because the caretaker will take good care of the children, so she can be completely carefree. When they all go out, Patrick takes them to the best restaurant in his area, where he orders a lot of liquor and a lot of food. Louise is very happy to see such hospitality. Bjorn picks up the drink and cheers everyone and says that this drink is in the name of our friendship. These four drink a lot, and Patrick and his wife get completely drunk and dance a lot. Seeing them, Louise and Bjorn also dance and enjoy a lot. After eating and drinking a lot of food, when it is time to pay Patrick's bill, he does not pay the bill himself, but he makes Bjorn pay the bill. Bjorn is completely shocked to see this. It is very wrong that after eating and drinking so much, the guest had to pay the bill, while the whole plan was Patrick's. Anyway, after dinner, when they come back home, Patrick has played a lot of music in his car. Louise tells Patrick to reduce the volume of the music, but Patrick does not listen to her. Then Bjorn also tells him to reduce the volume, but Patrick still does not reduce the volume. Now this makes both Bjorn and Louise feel very bad. They are guests, but they are not being listened to. Before reaching home, Louise goes to the bathroom to take a bath. But Patrick also comes to the next washroom to brush at this time. Patrick is not wearing any clothes on his body. She was surprised to see what she saw. Then when she goes to sleep after taking a bath, Bjorn and Louise come close to each other. But then we see that Patrick is also watching them from the window. His daughter is constantly shouting outside to come inside, but now they are not listening to her. Louise and Bjorn both go to sleep. But then Louise suddenly opens her eyes. Louise was worried about Agnes, so she goes to Abel's room to see her, but Agnes was not there. After which she goes to Patrick and Karen's room, where Agnes was sleeping between them and Patrick was not wearing any clothes. Now this is really very wrong. Louise is completely frustrated. She picks up Agnes and takes her to her room. Now Louise tells Bjorn that she does not want to stay here for a moment. She should go from here right now. It is nighttime, and at the behest of Louise, this family quietly leaves for their home without telling Patrick at night. While leaving, Abel also sees her, who has a sad face. After a long time, Agnes remembers that she has forgotten her toy in that house. Louise explains to Agnes that she will give her a new toy, but Agnes's toy was her favorite, so now she starts crying. Now this father has always been ahead of his daughter's stubbornness, So even though Bjorn does not want to, he turns his car towards Patrick's house. After reaching Patrick's house, Bjorn goes inside and tells Louise to stay in the car. As soon as Bjorn enters, Agnes finds her toy in the car. Now Louise goes inside to call Bjorn, but she sees that Bjorn has already met Patrick and they are talking to each other. Then Patrick's wife Karen comes here. Patrick asks Bjorn how he can leave his house without telling him Patrick is very angry at this, and he asks him the reason for this, on which Bjorn and Louise do not tell anything. Bjorn says that he had a very small bed to sleep in. His room is also very small, so he was very uncomfortable. But then Louise tells him the whole truth, that she is a vegetarian. But since she has come here, she has been served only non-vegetarian food, while he also knows that she does not eat meat. When Patrick took her to dinner last night, he also made her pay the bill. People never put their guests down, but he has put Agnes's bed on the floor. And the biggest thing is that last night he had put Agnes to sleep with him while Patrick was sleeping naked. So now if someone treats them like this, then why would they stay there? But Patrick and his wife apologized to them for this, that if she is a vegetarian, then she should have told him to make vegetarian food for her, which she never told. When he made her pay the bill last night, he was drunk. He was not even aware of what he was doing. As for putting Agnes to sleep on the floor, he told her himself. His house is so small that there is no place to put a bed in his room. And as for putting Agnes to sleep with him, she was yelling at him to come in last night. But he didn't open the door, so he put Agnes to sleep next to him. Now listening to this, Louise feels that both are at fault, so she is quiet now. Patrick apologizes to her from the bottom of his heart and says that she should stay here today. He will give her the best treat today. Louise agrees to this because she feels that she is at fault too. And then Louise starts doing all the housework with Karen. Abel and Agnes also start playing together. Patrick and Bjorn both go out to Rome, where they talk to each other a lot. From this conversation, we know that Patrick likes music a lot, so we also know about Bjorn's struggle. Bjorn works hard day and night for his family, but still he can't keep his family happy. Bjorn gets a little emotional and says that he is not happy with his life at all. After enjoying the whole day, when the two return home, Louise and Karen have made dinner for them today. But while cutting the salad, Louise accidentally cuts her hand. Bjorn tells Patrick to look at Louise's hand because he is a doctor. But now Patrick tells him that he is not a doctor. He lied to them. Then Bjorn and Louise are now completely stunned to hear this. So Bjorn asks if he is not a doctor. Then what does he do? Patrick replies that he doesn't do anything. Anyway, the work of Patrick will blow your mind. Later when they are eating, Karen is teaching Agnes how to eat properly again and again, which seems a little strange to Louise because she doesn't pay attention to her son Abel at all, but she cares a lot for her daughter. Agnes, after eating, they all see Agnes and Abel's dance, and they were both dancing very well. But Abel is forgetting some steps again and again. After the dance is over, Patrick says that Abel didn't dance well, so he plays the same song again. Abel and Agnes start dancing again, but Abel is still forgetting the steps again and again. Now this makes Patrick very angry with Abel. Although Abel is dancing very well for his age because he is still very young. Bjorn also explains to Patrick, but Patrick now throws a cup of tea on Abel and tells him to dance again. Louise also stops Patrick from doing this, but Patrick's real character is now coming out. The most surprising thing is that Patrick's wife doesn't care about this. Louise can't believe how anyone can torture their son like this. Louise argues with Patrick a lot, and she comes to her room. She tells Bjorn that she won't live here anymore. She starts packing all her stuff, and they have a plan to leave tomorrow morning. It's midnight, and Patrick was still beating Abel. Bjorn now wakes up from Abel's crying and screaming when he goes to see Abel in his room. He doesn't find Abel there, so now he goes out to find Abel. Meanwhile, Patrick is also constantly watching Bjorn. When Bjorn goes to see Abel in the garage, he sees a room there in which he sees photos of many families on the walls. The whole room is full of family photos. Bjorn also sees photos of Abel's family there. But in his family photo, there is neither Patrick nor Karen. In fact, in that photo, there is a photo of Abel's real parents. That is, Abel's real parents have been killed and kept by Patrick and Karen. See, Bjorn's soul is completely shaken. Actually, all the family photos here were never accepted by Patrick, but he keeps only the children with him. When he kills their parents, he kills them, but there are photos of many children here. So what does he do with all the other children? So when the new child comes, Patrick and his wife kill the last child. When they meet the new child, they first cut their tongue. Yes, Abel also used to have a tongue, but these beasts have cut his tongue. Bjorn also sees a photo of Agnes in that room, which means that Patrick's next target is Agnes. Bjorn's entire family is in danger. Now when Bjorn comes out, what he sees is that his face turns yellow. He sees that Patrick has killed Abel and thrown him in the pool. Bjorn is now completely scared to save his family. Bjorn leaves with Louise and Agnes tonight. Bjorn is very scared, but he doesn't tell anything to Louise yet. That's when a car starts following them from behind, which is Patrick's car. Bjorn turns his car around to save himself from Patrick, but his bad luck doesn't support him here. His car suddenly stops. Bjorn tries a lot, but the car doesn't start. Bjorn goes to the house nearby to ask for help and tells Louise that whatever happens, don't come out of the car. Bjorn goes to that house to ask for help, but his luck is really bad. There was no one in that house. Bjorn comes back to his car quickly, but he sees that Louise and Agnes are not in the car anymore. Bjorn was very scared. He calls out to Louise loudly, but he doesn't see Louise or Agnes. That's when he sees a car coming on the road, which is Patrick's car. Patrick gets out of the car and comes to Bjorn. Louise thanks Karen for helping them, but now she doesn't know the truth. Here Patrick asks Bjorn to sit in the car. Bjorn knows that now all of them will die, so he refuses to sit in the car. Patrick asks him to sit in the car again, saying that if he quietly listens to him, he won't do anything to them. Now Bjorn listens to him and sits in his car for his family, and all of them go back home. Agnes asks Karen where Abel is. Karen tells her that she has left him with the caretaker. But only Bjorn knows the truth about Abel. Even after finding a lot of ways, Patrick's house didn't come, so Agnes and Louise ask Patrick where he is going, because this is not the way home. But Patrick's wife Karen says in anger that they should sit quietly for a while. Louise is completely shocked to see her anger. She doesn't know the real truth about Patrick. She doesn't understand what is happening here and where are they all going. That's when Patrick comes to a place and stops his car. Bjorn asks Patrick where he brought them, but Patrick doesn't answer anything. That's when his caretaker gets off a truck and comes to them. Agnes is very scared now because she doesn't know anything about what's going on here. That's when Patrick tells her to stop talking nonsense. Their behavior has changed so much that even Louise panics now. Bjorn tells Patrick that he can't talk to his family like this. Agnes is also very scared, so Louise tries to open the car door, but Patrick had already locked all the doors of the car, so now they couldn't even run away from here. Agnes starts screaming loudly. Karen holds Agnes close to her, and Patrick pulls Agnes's tongue out, and then they both cut Agnes's tongue with scissors. Although Bjorn tries to save Agnes and Louise, Patrick beats him very badly. After cutting Agnes's tongue, his caretaker takes Agnes away from here, and they can't do anything. Louise lost her daughter right in front of her eyes, so Bjorn is also badly injured. After going a long way, Patrick takes Bjorn and Louise out of his car and tells them to take off their clothes. Even though they don't want to, Bjorn and Louise have to do it because Patrick is threatening to kill them. Bjorn asks why he is doing this to them. Patrick says because they let them do it. After taking off Bjorn and Louise's clothes, he tells them to go down. After going down, Louise and Bjorn hug each other in tears for the last time. They have lost everything. Then a big stone hits Louise's head, which Patrick and Karen are throwing from above. Patrick and Karen throw a lot of stones at them and start hitting them and hit them until they die. In the last scene of the movie, it is shown that Agnes is going out with Patrick and Karen so that they can find their next prey. Agnes is absolutely calm like Abel used to be then, and they have also found their next prey with whom they will do the same thing that they did with Bjorn's family. So with this, the story ends here. If you like the video, then don't forget to write next in comments for more recap video. Thanks.